Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Coach Tim, and you are now joining us on another episode of Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Jamal Mundane, Rashard Collins. I am now going to be joined by my two co-hosts, Rashard Collins and Jamal Mundane. Guys, we've got a lot to talk about here. I'm excited. Guys, welcome back for another show, another episode. Rashard, how you feeling, baby? Jamal, how you feeling?
I'm good. Been sick for a couple of days, but I'm all right.
All right, well, you keep that sickness over there. We're gonna get right into the show. And I know this part's gonna probably really make Rashard pretty sick, but we're gonna talk about college hoops. March Madness is here; it's in full effect, and everybody's been experiencing off the get go. Okay, so we're gonna start talking about some of our bracket busters. Rashard, we're gonna start with you. Okay. Um, who's probably one of your biggest prizes when it comes to these brackets being busted so far?
Well, to change subjects, South Carolina women's bracket is what I was doing. So Don Staley's doing very well in my women's bracket, and South Carolina's going to go all the way. Now,
Awesome. That's good. That's good. It's good.
It's good. Yeah, Don Staley doing good. Iowa lost today. Iowa's women versus Creighton, but I'm back on topic. Man, that was hard. Thursday, woo! I had boys over here. Oh my goodness. So
Rashard, what was so
I'm
hard
very
about that? What was
superstitious.
so hard about Thursday?
See, this is why I will text you now and be like MF, and when I say MF, I mean my friend. So Thursday, my boys came over to watch the games. I don't have the TV because I'm superstitious. I don't have the TV on Kentucky. I go to the bathroom, I go to the kitchen, I come back, Kentucky's on the screen. I said, why would they switch it to Kentucky? Dude was like, I switched it. I'm like, you just jinxed us. I'm like, St. Peter's out of New Jersey. I said, bro, I told y'all go back and listen. I said it. We're not good. I don't know if it's coaching or is it they're just not getting like the players. You got to realize, like, okay, Jay, if Kentucky comes to your living room or sends you a letter or hits you with Zoom, they interested in, what are you doing? You committing. You signing. Tim, you signing. And you sign. Kentucky done reached out to you. They're not getting the guys. And I think, and I heard this the other day, the playing field for college basketball is leveling out tremendously because you have to realize a cat from St. Peter's, okay, 2 out of 3, I think Kentucky could beat them. 2 out of 3. Well, it was only one of one. Didn't. You went to overtime. You didn't. But my thing is, like, you don't know what these kids' home life is. Like, they just had to stay close because mom is sick, aunt ain't doing good, grandmother, or did they get overlooked? Nobody knows where St. Peter's is at. It's in New Jersey. Bro, that hurt. I got calls from my roommate from college, Carolina fan. I told my boys who were here, I said, watch how my phone rings. 20 seconds after the game, this boy calls me. He said, St. Peter's? I said, bruh, leave me alone. What do you want? I got nothing, man. To stay on topic, Notre Dame, they played good the other day. I'm surprised Juwan Howard did. I was shocked by that. I'm like, all right, he might not do what he needs to do. But I was pulling for Memphis, though, man. I was pulling for Penny. I'm a Penny fan. I was pulling it. And it's just some good games, man. Jay, I'm gonna leave it alone, man. What you got?
This past weekend, March Madness started, like we talked about. I mean, bracket busters. The team of the weekend has got to be St. Peter's, right? Like what Rashard was saying.
Yes.
The Giant Killers. You know, nobody knew who St. Peter's was. They're almost like that Florida Gulf Coast story a few years ago. If everybody remembers Florida Gulf Coast, They was
Yeah.
Yeah.
dunking on everybody's head, and when they were playing, they made it all the way, I think, to the Sweet 16 that year. St. Peter's is doing it a different way. You know, they move the ball well, hit shots. They got a bunch of 3-point shooters. Even beating Murray State, they got the longest winning streak in Division I basketball now. You know, at 9 straight. So they're a team to be messed with. It looks like, you know, you can't take anybody lightly in this tournament. That's why it's called Madness. They made a whole bunch of us rip our brackets up, you know. But yeah, St. Peter's has got to be, you know, the buster of the weekend. So going into this weekend coming up, we'll see, you know, if they can move it forward. But you know, Notre Dame coming out of the first 4 and winning the first round game. You know, a lot of people were saying Michigan didn't deserve to be, but they ended up winning 2 games, and it was the first time they won back-to-back games, and like they can ride that momentum. St. Peter's moving on to the Sweet 16.
I like it. I like it a lot. Now,
Tim, real quick. Hey,
go ahead.
Jay and Tim and Ant, they remind me of Loyola. Remember when Loyola went on that run and was just like Loyola,
That's
Chicago,
true.
like,
Gene.
you know what I'm saying? It was just one of those,
Yeah.
man. But I was talking to a lady from work. She's from Louisville, but she's a UK fan. She's like, Rashard, as long as they don't get blown out in the next game, I said that would piss me off. Beat UK, beat Kentucky, but beat the next team, and they did it. And nobody, Jay brought it up, but nobody's even realizing like these boys in one. You know what I'm saying? Like I like, I was pulling for. They beat my squad. I was pulling for them yesterday. I'm like, I hope they win, man.
Yeah, and they've been they're proving, you know, the age old fact that it doesn't matter who you are, who your school is, who you got on the other sideline. If you don't bring your A game to this tournament, you could be gone quick. You know what I'm saying? You could be bounced right on out. So I mean, it just goes to prove you can't take nothing for granted, especially when it comes to college hoops in March Madness, because it got its name for a reason. I know plenty of people that probably ended up in the hospital with high blood pressure, diabetes acted up, gout, everything done kicked in, messing around with this college tournament. Right. Now, I do want to hit on something that, you know, we had talked about last show, and I'm excited, you know, that, you know, this is going on, and I'm really anxious to see what's going to happen next round. But Coach K, gentlemen, on Sunday, Coach K got his 1,200 career win. Now we talked about it because we hit on him. We hit on him last episode, talking about, you know, him retiring at the end of the season. And I'm telling you, man, like I said, I'm not a huge Duke fan. I am a Coach K fan. Always have been. He's just a tremendous coach. He does it the right way, and I just love his passion for the game. And he's one of many coaches that I aspire to be. But Jay, I've got to ask you, because you are everything Duke, and you know we'll bow out to you for the Duke knowledge. What are your thoughts and feelings on Coach K getting his 1,200th win?
It's rare in this day and age because coaches don't coach for this long anymore. He's an old school coach in a new school era, right? So you don't have very many coaches coaching for 40 years. And for him to have as many wins as he has all time, I mean, it's crazy. Like, people want wins right away, and just the sustained consistency and excellence at Duke. I mean, the numbers speak for itself. He got his 99th NCAA tournament victory on Sunday too. I mean, 99 tournament wins. You know, the numbers are crazy, and the way he's done it. So he's got 5 national championships, but he's won them all different ways. You know, he's won them with, you know, his kids going 4 years through the program with the Christian Laettners and the Bobby Hurleys. He's won back to back, you know, the old school traditional way. You know, in 2010, he won with basically all NBA players. You know, he had Jay Will, Mike Dunleavy, Boozer. He won it with those guys. He had straight pros. And the game kind of switched on him was one, you know, a la Kentucky. They were getting all the one and dones and winning. You know, Rashad alluded to it a couple episodes ago. Like Coach K had to change. You know, he had coaches that was against the one and dones until they start beating them. And he said, you know what? And in 2015 and in 2010, he ended up winning with seniors as well. He won with seniors in 2010, but then fast forward to 2015, he won with all freshmen. He had almost all freshmen in his starting five. You know, they kind of held on to this slogan, 8 is enough. You know, he only had an 8-man rotation, and 4 of them were freshmen, and they won a national title. So for him to do it with one and dones, with seniors, with best talent, being the number 1 team in the country, with, you know, upperclassmen, like he's done it every which way. And what I've taken from, you know, Coach K and my experience of watching college basketball, playing college basketball, you know, is that the biggest impact he makes is after the players leave. You know, the best coaches, the players don't really like you when they play for you. They love you when they leave because they realize things that he brought together were life's lessons, and, you know, all the things he was telling you, you realize that once you grow up and you leave the program and you have family and, you know, you deal with other coaches or you get to a higher level, the things that he were telling you. So that's why it was cool to see all his former players come back, you know, to honor him, because the impact he has on players, not even just at the university, but even players and coaches away from Duke that show the respect. So just the longevity, I mean, and the sustained excellence. That's how you get the 1,200 wins. It'd be hard for us to see in our lifetime somebody do that again. So props to the GOAT. You know?
Yeah, there you go. Rashard, what you got for us?
No, I mean, Jay touched on everything I was gonna say. Like to watch all the people in the stands for that game 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, whatever. The players, like when you start looking in the stands, like, hold up, what? They set the bar. They set the bar for a coach walking away. I don't know. I mean, Izzo might be able to get it. Roy already walked away. When I say Roy, I mean Williams. Boeheim is definitely going to get some cats, but this is about Coach K. I wish Kentucky had a coach like this, because Coach K, he did the Olympics. I mean, he's touched even cats, because I want to say, and if I'm wrong, let me know. I want to say Kobe said he wanted, if he wasn't going to go straight, he was going to go to Duke. And I think LeBron said it was between Duke and Kentucky. I might be wrong. Don't quote me. But I like the way that his players just respond to him. Even if he was a ass to him and mean, and that's coaching to me. This dude, as the hater in me, I was going, you know, I hope they don't make the tournament. It's like, I hope they don't even make the tournament. I hope his stuff ended. When North Carolina did what they did, I'm looking like, yes, I'm a hater. Can't tell you nothing else. I'm a hater. You can't hate somebody that's sorry.
Right.
Think about it.
This is true. That's
Does
true.
anybody really hate Luke Longley? That ain't the topic, but does anybody really hate Luke Longley?
I don't like his face.
No. Coach K, man, Coach K, amazing. He's an amazing coach, though. Like, seriously, like like I said, I've gone to. I had the pleasure of flying from New York to Houston to a Sweet 16 game, and it was Duke versus St. Mary's years ago. I was in the military. I was at Drum, Tim.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I really want to see this dude really coaches. Blown away. Blown away. Like his record speaks for himself, man. Like, this dude is the person behind him. Woo! It's almost like when Roy left North Carolina and you got whatchamacallit there now. It's the same scenario, man. You had legends that were there. You know, Roy had to follow Dean Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach K is, bro. He nice. And I used to enjoy watching him coach USA basketball and the interactions with the KDs, the Kyries, the LeBrons, the Kobe's. Man, it was just like, I was like, go to the NBA, baby. Go on and go to the NBA. Coach K was like, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not gonna be the next Rick Pitino and get ran up out that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
homage to Coach K, man. Very good coach, man.
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to see them win it.
They love to see it. They love to see it.
I know you. Oh, Jay, I know you. Oh, could y'all imagine if Coach K
If he
wins
rolled
the
off into the
whole
sunset?
Hey, I'm telling you right now, Coach K runs off for the sunset, man. They better bring back 2K college sports, whatever, for the Xbox or the PlayStation. Have his face
It's
on that
coming.
bad boy. I
It's
know it's supposed to
coming.
be coming. They keep talking about it. They say it's coming, but I'm just
They
saying. I
say
mean,
it's coming.
there's definitely
Football
going to be.
too.
There's going to need to be a parade. There's going to have to be a parade for that man. I'm not just talking about. I'm not just talking
Yeah,
about
for sure.
There on Duke campus. I'm talking about a cross country parade for this man, because that dude. I mean, there's not a person in the United States that doesn't know who Coach K is, or has at least heard of him.
Right.
I mean, he's been one of the main staples of college basketball for decades. And just the amount of people, like both of you guys have said, when it comes to players, and then players leaving, to either play in the NBA or now are coaching, it's just the spread of the influences this man has had and how he's touched lives. It's just amazing. But I do want to transition from Duke quickly to talk about their rivals, North Carolina. Now, in the second round, and I believe it was Saturday, they played against Baylor.
Yeah.
Now, they ended up winning that game in overtime, 93-86. First of all, did either one of you guys see that actually coming? I mean, I thought it was a possibility, but I didn't know. I didn't think it would be. I didn't know if they'd be able to pull it out. What do you guys have to say, Jay? We're going to start with you. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I'll even segue into who I think looked good last weekend. And North Carolina is got to be the team that looks good. I mean, they came out the gate running and gunning. It looked like Roy Williams or Dean Smith was coaching them these last two games. I don't know what it is. They're motivated somehow, but they look really good. Against Marquette, they look good. They beat them by 25 or something like that. They were up 20 as much as 25 on Baylor on Saturday until Brady Manick got ejected for the elbow. It's a questionable call, but if it's excessive, they eject people. So it is what it is. New age basketball. But once he got ejected, he gave Baylor some momentum to come back. But, got it into overtime, made it a real exciting game. And then I think that three that North Carolina hit to open overtime was kind of the backbreaker.
Yes.
Like it takes a lot of energy. We've all been in big games and came back or been a team that was up. It takes a lot of energy to come back when you're down that many points at that high level. And props to North Carolina for holding on and winning. But they look really good in this tournament. Their first two opening games, they showed out as a 9 seed. I mean, they look tough. And the other team has got to be Houston. I mean, Houston look like they can go to a Final Four, man. Houston look nasty. I'm a pass that one to Rashard, but I just want to say this. Houston looked good, and they got 3 guards, Jamal Shead, Kyler Edwards, and Taze Moore. They run a 3-guard offense. And if you want to win a national championship, you need guards that can handle the ball and that's tough. And they got 3 of them. Go ahead, Rashard.
Before you start, Rashard, hey, real quick, Jamal, that North Carolina Marquette game, they won by 32.
32. Look, so, man, they burying teams.
Go ahead, Rashard.
This is coming from a Duke fan. This coming from a Duke fan. They're impressive, though. You got to give props when props.
Go ahead, Rashard.
They look good.
Carolina, man, My roommate from college is a Carolina fan, so I hate him. Let's
I'm,
just
I'm sorry to hear that.
establish that. And he called me out the rip. So, but to blow a lead like that as a hooper, you gotta have somebody to step up. Like you can't let nobody go on a 35-11 run. But to maintain it and to pull it out, you got to show your kids. You got to get in the film room. Like, look what y'all did. Like, look when they started coming back. Like, what are y'all not doing? Like, y'all got the it's Carolina, bro. You got Carolina across your chest. Y'all got a chance to actually get to the Elite Eight and do
Yeah.
something. I think Carolina. What is it? Hubert Davis, right, Coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hubert just has to figure out his coaching style because you got to think of how young these kids are. Like they don't know you. You're not Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? You're not. That's who you're not. Like they like Hubert Davis. Like, oh, you played here? Oh, I think I saw the poster in the hallway. Bro, you got to believe. Like I'm the coach. Like y'all bet you've seen him explode, or have y'all? He's exploded.
Yeah.
He done with Juwan Howard twice this year, but he just didn't grab another coach. Like Hubert Davis got his passion. Carolina is man. They not. But what was the question, sir? Because I know that wasn't the question. What was the question? Because I got a thought for the question. I just wanted to get
Okay.
sidetracked to just
All
what
right.
you
Well,
originally asked.
who do you thought? Who do you think really looked good, or who you thought really looked bad for this so far? Look for this tournament. We'll spare you from talking about Kentucky. So we'll let you concentrate on who looked good. Who do you think? What do you got on that?
I'll go with who we talked about, man. Sad to say, Duke and Carolina, man, these cats they rolling. Real talk, they both of these cats is rolling. I mean, Notre Dame, they did their thing, but you start messing with them blue bloods, man. You playing defense, you see Duke on the front of that jersey while you guarding somebody. Your mindset gonna be a little different. You see North Carolina, your mindset gonna, I don't give a doggone damn. Texas Tech, they look good the other day. I mean, the fact that it's March Madness and anybody can sneak up on you. That's why, like you say, St. Peter. I mean, come on, bro. What are y'all like? Who got that in the bracket? Who has them in? Really?
I
You don't,
I think
man.
I
You
think the
you don't
players
know this
filled
kid
out
can
they
flat out.
St.
Go ahead,
Peter's players
go ahead,
filled out
Jay.
a bracket and they helped themselves out in the first round.
yeah.
Bruh,
Yes.
you can't be serious. Like I go to Loyola Chicago and I done pick Loyola to go to the whole situation. No, I didn't. You gotta look, man. Like the tournament, it draws you in, man. You gotta think for 4 days. It's more intense than opening to me. It's more intense than opening day for NFL. I get it, Thursday's the original day, but
Right.
that first Sunday on NFL, it holds its weight. But Thursday at noon
Yeah.
on March Madness, Friday,
Yes.
bro, man, y'all, I love it.
I had
I
four
love it. But I
I had
think Duke and
four I had
Carolina
four
really got the
TVs turned on in the house.
Yeah, that's about how I
looking,
was too.
changing,
Yeah.
looking at the top of the screen, watching the ticker, like, oh, this is a close game.
Yeah.
Bro, you
I
can't
Yeah,
was
and
do
the
running
that.
all up and
iPad,
down
the
screen.
iPad was fired. Yeah, iPad was fired up. Phone was fired up. I felt like I was an NBA insider or something.
For
Yeah.
sure. The biggest thing for me though with March Madness, and I've been saying this for years, the players win the first three games, the coaches win the last three. And what I mean by
Oh,
that,
wow. Oh, okay.
I've been saying this for years. And what I mean by that
Gotcha.
is take 6 games to win the national championship, right? And you think
Mm-hmm.
about it, the first round, the two, and the Sweet 16. Usually your players are going to play, they're going to hit big shots. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Those last 3 games, though, that Elite Eight, Final Four, National Championship, coaches win those games because you got to be
Yes.
able to adjust on the fly. Every team is a top tier team or they're playing at a top tier level. The players are
Yeah.
going to play, but the coaches got to be able to keep the players under control, make the right calls, make situational basketball. So I've always gone by that. When I do a bracket, when I do all these bracketologies and March Madness, all this stuff, in my mind, I'm always thinking the players win the first 3 rounds, the coaches win the last 3.
All right, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Give me, because since it's been late, I apologize to the group. All right, so the Illinois versus U of H.
Yeah.
The beauty of that game, I grew up 17 minutes away from University of Illinois campus for 20 plus years. I grew up there. I live in Houston.
Yeah.
When Kentucky lost, I'm looking like I hope the U of H plays Illinois. I could show y'all my phone today. Ex-girlfriends, classmates from 8th grade was like, who you going for? I'm like, go Cougs. And I say it for this.
Oh,
I
come on.
said, hey,
Come
hey, hey,
on.
Jay, I gotta be, hey, Jay, because I live in Houston, bro, so I get to just randomly turn on the local station and watch these cats. I'm like, they don't have any height. You got Coffee for Illinois, big dude. He's gonna be a Ben Wallace in the league if he even has that hunger in him. If not, you're gonna be out. I'm like, the U of H has track shoes on. Illinois thought they was playing a March Madness game. Oh no, this is indoor track season right now. Bruh, they about to run, rebound,
Running
and I
gun.
said this before on my boys' video. I'm like, y'all don't even have an idea of what y'all about to get into. You just know U of H. Y'all ain't watching U of H. U of H ain't coming on national TV. Illinois is. I said, y'all don't even get what you about to get into. I said, bro, they gonna out hustle you, and Coffee gonna be tired. Bro,
Yeah.
Coffee, he was tired in the first half, but he held his own in the second. But he can't pass out the post. I'm like, U of H about to get this. U of H about to get this, bro. They done been to 3 Sweet 16s, bro. Hey, Sampson, bro, he ain't going nowhere. They keep extending his contract. They don't want him to go nowhere.
Yeah.
They love them down there.
Oh,
They do.
Man.
They definitely do.
Yeah, but the bad thing about it, I'm gonna give you one quick second. But the bad thing about being in a major city, a program like the U of H, well, what he's doing, they don't get any love because you have NFL, baseball, and whatchamacallit. Bro, they don't talk about Rice University, PV, Texas Southern. Nobody cares. That sucks because I'm a basketball fan, but don't nobody care.
No, that's true. That's true. And it does suck. But guys, we're at that point. We need to take a quick break. Okay, so when we return, we'll have some updated news on the Brittany Griner story going on in Russia. But we're gonna be right back after a brief pause, and come on back and join us with more Hey Coach.
Okay, let's try that again. So,
Oh, I didn't
when
hear
y'all
nothing in the background. Usually I hear like the little thing coming in. Hey,
no,
matter of
no,
fact, hold
no,
up.
this is
Before you do
just a
that,
break.
okay. So when you do that, this is what I want you to do. Well, now just go ahead and go. We'll do it on the next segment. Go ahead.
All right.
Welcome back to Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Gentlemen, we had a great first segment. Now I want to, unfortunately, talk about something that I was really hoping would be done and over with. I'm starting to get a little worried, just because of everything's going on in the news. But I want to kind of just quickly retouch on the Brittany Griner situation that's going on in Russia. For those who don't know, and if you don't know, I honestly don't know how you wouldn't. But Brittany Griner was arrested in Russia, um, at the airport going through security. She had, what was it, the little pods of the
The
THC,
oils.
the oils, the oils for the marijuana oils. She got arrested there at customs and has been in custody with the Russian government. Now, the crazy thing about it was, people were in the report saying that, oh yeah, she's been talking to her her legal team, this and that. Well, then there was probably about a 2 week span where no one had heard anything from Brittany. And people were saying, oh well, they're not saying anything now. We can't find her. She's vanished. This and that. Then reports was that, well, she's fine. She just has contact with the Russian legal team, but she hasn't had contact with her American legal team. So there's a few reports floating around there, and then one report that I just literally just read was that Russia courts denies WNBA stars' request for house arrest. So,
Right.
Jay, I'm gonna go to you. I'm gonna start with you, Jay. Um, what do you think could be some maybe serious problems coming from this whole thing with Brittany Griner? With her being American and going over to Russia, and of course, obviously the things going over Russia and Ukraine. What do you think could be some serious problems that could come from this?
Well, because of the time that we're in now with this happening, a lot of people question if she's more of a political prisoner than somebody that is actually in trouble. So that raises that question. Also, Russia has been known to detain people and, falsely accuse people, plant things on certain suspects or certain individuals, especially from America. So there's a lot of hearsay going on. What we do know is they extended her being detained until like May 19th, I believe, something like that. So she's not coming home as quickly as we thought. So yeah, she'll be in there until May 19th at least. Hopefully, her American representation can get that cut short. Um, there's been stories about where she is. Obviously, they want her to be comfortable and somewhere safe, um, in just normal day to day situations. So she is a 6'9" woman, and putting her inside of a cell or in cots that are for normal size people. She's in a situation. It's almost like they're forcing her to be uncomfortable on purpose, where they don't have to. So it's just a real tough spot that they have her in. But the allegations of uh, Russian security or authority, planting drugs on people, or you know just doing a bunch of crooked things. Hopefully, she's not in the middle of any of those details, but seems like that's kind of the road she's on. So hopefully, she can get some representation and get her out of there as quick as possible.
Rashard, what do you got?
I think like I said before, she's like Jay said, you got to think she's 6'8", 6 whatever. She's targeted, but my whole thing with this is, where did she get it from? She's played over there for 7 years, so y'all should kind of treat her different. And then, so she has the oils. Got it? Did she get the oils
Mm-hmm.
from the States, or did she get the oils in Russia? My thing is, she got the oils from the States. How did me and you been through customs? Jay, you might have went to Jamaica or something and had to do customs. And Ant, Tim, me and you done been through customs with the military.
Oh
Did
Lord,
he?
don't get me started
Did
on that.
she buy? No, no, no. This is where I'm going. Like, listen, what I'm really about to say. She
Yeah.
plays over there for so many months. Did she buy so many oils to last that many months? Did she get oils sent to her for that many months? Or did she buy oils that were given to her in Russia? She's targeted. It makes zero sense. And then now, like Jay said, May 19th? What? Dog, she shouldn't even be go. She's not drug trafficking, bro. It wasn't like they showed a whole box of kilos. She's not narco. She's not Escobar. I mean, I'm being
Right,
funny, but I'm
right.
being real serious,
No,
bro.
you're
Like,
100%
her
serious
stuff
right
ain't
there.
no
That's
different than
real
the
talk.
oils you get from the African shop. It ain't no different than that. Like,
No.
that's personal use. Like, okay, y'all, okay, I like to do this. This lady's targeted. I really, really like watch this every day on my phone. Like, she's on house arrest. She's at a house. I thought she was in jail. Now they're saying she's on
No,
house
she's
arrest.
in. No,
What
she's
kind
in
of
jail.
house
They
is it?
denied her. They denied her. No, they denied her request for house arrest. So
Oh,
she's still in jail.
WNBA requested a house arrest. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Like,
they denied it.
so
So
Brittany Griner is just sitting in jail behind some oils
yeah,
for personal use. She's not drug trafficking. She played over here for 7 years. Y'all know who she is. Why did y'all stop this woman that day and thoroughly search her bag and you done found something? Like I say again, did the U.S. not catch it when she got there? Did she get it from the Russians? If I'm her lawyer, I'm asking that question. Well, how she get it? Brittany. Don't you say nothing. How did she get it? Oh, I bought it in America and brought it over here. So U.S. Customs didn't do it. You got to go through an international terminal. You have to go. Now we flew from Drum, so that's different. I've worked at the
yeah.
airport. You have to go through an international terminal. So who dropped the ball? Russia or the U.S.? I'm done, bro. This sad. It's actually
Well,
sad, bro. Like, she better not ever play over there again, ever.
well, my thing is this. There's a lot of things that I find wrong with this whole situation. This whole story, in general, was number one. She's been, like Rashard said, she's been playing over there for 7 years. Okay, so it's not like this is her first trip over there. It's been widely known that she partakes in the use of marijuana. Okay, so it's not like it's a secret. I guarantee you, even with her going over to Russia, she was getting it over there as well. So it's not like it was, oh my God, such a surprise. We're just gonna just surprise check it. I'm pretty sure they already knew she had been doing this. My problem is the timing. And like I said, the last time we talked about this story, the thing that bothers me is Brittany Griner herself, and then her camp, the people that are supposed to be surrounding her, helping her make good decisions. Okay, Brittany, we know you normally do this. We're not going to do this right now. If
Right.
we can maybe we can find somebody in the local circuit or with the team organization themselves and said, hey, we need you to go over and get some stuff over there. I mean, it's not really illegal over there in Russia, but it's highly frowned upon anybody not from Russia either bringing something in or buying something from there. So if you already know this, you know what I'm saying, it's like, hey, I'm gonna have to switch it up. I'm gonna have to change it up.
Right.
I'm not gonna do what I normally do. I need somebody else to step out, you know what I'm saying, going do that bid for me, you know what I'm saying? Bring it back to the crib, let me do my thing. Okay? That's all I'm saying. That's what I have an issue with it. And like I said, like Jay said, he alluded to this. A lot of people are starting to think maybe she's just a political prisoner now. Maybe this is one of those things that they can say they can hold over the United States head. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. That's a whole, because Jay, you get Richard and I start on the military type stuff, and that's gonna be a mini series. That's gonna be a
It's a
mini
whole nother
series.
show.
We can
Different
go
type
get
of
her.
We ain't
podcast.
gonna
We
get
can
like
go
that.
get her.
Nah.
Yeah, we can go get her.
Yeah,
Trust me.
we'll go
We
get
can
her.
go get
Yeah.
her
Oh, trust me.
in 48
I'm
hours.
gonna stop by a couple clubs while I'm there though. But
we can go get Brittany in 48 hours. Trust me with
we'll be
that.
back. We'll
She
be
gonna
back.
get hey
We'll
Tim.
be back.
She gonna look goofy with that Kevlar on top of her head. We can go get her though. Shit.
Yeah.
What?
I'm like, you better get on your knees and crawl, girl. Man, you too tall to be up in there. I do
We
all
can
that
go.
stuff. Okay, we can get her in a
The
Humvee, boy.
U.S. Army can go get this girl.
Real
Oh
quick.
man, I'm. You right.
Real
All right,
quick.
Tim.
All right.
Real
All right.
quick.
So look, we're going. My prayers and thoughts are going out to Brittany. Especially her wife, the family, everything, because this is not it's a sad situation. And I'm just hoping and praying that she comes out, and I'm hoping, because she is such a great player, I'm hoping this doesn't mess her up psychologically. I'm just hoping that she comes out of this with the lesson learned. Hey, I'm not going back to Russia. I'm about to go to play over
Right.
in
She
the
doesn't need.
Mexican
She
League or
don't need to
something.
play
I don't know,
overseas.
but
Period.
say, hey, she can come play for me on my semi-pro team. I'm pretty sure I don't think there's a restriction on it. But I mean, I'm just saying it's like I just hope that she comes out of this okay. So yeah, so let's transition away from that. Let's talk about some other exciting news. Jay, what happened with quote unquote King James this past week? Was it what was that today? Was that Sunday that happened? No, that
No,
was
it
Saturday's game.
was on Friday. It was on Friday, I believe,
Friday.
or maybe Saturday.
Excuse me. Yes,
It
Friday.
was past weekend. It was this past
Yeah,
weekend.
whatever.
He passed. LeBron James passed Karl Malone for number 2 in all-time scoring. So the only person that is ahead of LeBron James in all-time NBA scoring is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So LeBron's up to over 36,000 points. And he did it in less games than Karl Malone. He passed Karl Malone this past weekend. He had already passed Kareem in playoff. If you add playoffs and regular season scoring, he passed Kareem combined scoring, but regular season, he just passed Karl Malone. So it's big news. It's big for the NBA. It's big for the history of the NBA. Obviously, LeBron James is a Mount Rushmore, first ballot Hall of Fame player, living legend. But in the midst of all that, the good news is that he's having a historical season. And when you get to year 19, everything you do is in the history books. Aside from the team not doing so well, let's just call it what it is, the team being trash, he is still, hitting individual milestones. I guess that's something, not a thing for Laker fans to be excited for, but LeBron James fans can be excited for, him kind of putting these notches on his belt and hitting these historic marks. But the team doesn't look too good as of now. But, this is a celebration of LeBron James's career. It's a testament to his longevity and his health. And, if he can continue playing at this level, I mean, he's just hitting uncharted territory. Nobody has looked this good or been this healthy in their 19th season. So props to LeBron, and hopefully he can keep it going.
Yes.
We can say we are alive to witness it.
Yeah. Rashard, right before I go to you, I mean, yeah. So he passed him. He ended up with was 36,950 points or 30 points. I'm sorry, 36,930 points. Which like Jay said, that's just amazing to me. Now it'd probably been even better if they pulled out the victory. Ended up losing that game, 127 to 119. But still, it still doesn't take away from the individual accomplishment, and that's what should definitely be celebrated in this situation. Rashard, what are your thoughts on this subject?
On LeBron getting there, number 2. I didn't know Malone was number 2. That's dope. With LeBron being 6'9", 250, the cat's balled out, man. He's averaging 29.8 this year per game, rebounds 8.2 and 6.2 assists. That's not that is what we call a horseshoes, y'all. That's damn near a triple double. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, but it's damn near. Like 19. What I thought was dope is he texted Brady last week. They've been in the league the same amount of time, and he was like, "Let's go." That's when Brady, if have y'all seen that story? That's when Brady
Yeah,
announced it last
we haven't
week.
got to
Like,
we hadn't got
I
to the
know we haven't
NFL
got
segment
to
of
it,
the
but
show.
I'm just saying we're
So
talking about
thank you
LeBron.
for spoiling the NFL segment of the show, Rashard.
Hey,
Thank you very
but I'm
much.
just saying, bro. He
That's
texted
a teaser. That's called a teaser.
Yeah, teaser. There's a teaser.
just the fact that he even said something to this cat.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
I was able to witness LeBron's first game in Houston. He only had like 13. I'm looking like this dude's about to be trash. First ballot Hall of Famer. So obviously, I'm not going to be a scout anytime soon. Hey man, the cat, he shows up, man. I hate the Jordan comparison, and it kills me when if you look on Facebook, depends on what groups you were in, and when they do this, like, but to get off subject, like, how y'all forget Kobe, bro? I wasn't even a Kobe fan, but you ain't nowhere in hell y'all can go Jordan, LeBron, and not go Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. Like, I can't. Kobe's doing his thing. I mean, my fault. LeBron is doing his thing, and he's held it up, bro. You know, he was called the chosen one, the king, and all that. And the Cats, he's held it down, man. I don't know why his squad right now, like we talked last time, like how y'all not rising up to his same energy? You know what I'm saying? Like Westbrook, Davis, like how y'all? I feel bad. Okay, I'm gonna switch it up. Will he be there next year?
Yeah,
I think
I think
so,
he'll come back.
and
He's got another year on his
I mean, I
contract.
don't. Yeah,
Okay,
he's got another year on
so
his
on
contract.
his
Number
contract, he
one,
got
number
another year. Okay,
two. Yeah, number two. Even if he didn't, I don't really see him. I don't see another team that he really fits with right now. I just don't. I don't know if I really see another team that he actually fits with. I mean, his style of game, his style of play can fit anywhere. Yeah, but I mean, with
no, you're right.
I'm talking about him going in and having the type of control he has right now with the Lakers. I don't see that happening with any other team in the NBA right now, except maybe
I,
Cleveland if they decide they want him back.
I think at this point he's playing to catch Kareem. I don't think he has anything else to play for. Um, he's a smart man. He's looking around the league and he sees I don't have a team that can win a championship. Like I don't have a team that is of that caliber. I don't know what Anthony Davis' health is. And we talked about this a couple
Mm,
episodes ago that every year he's been in LA, he's had a different team. So there's
yeah.
dysfunction there. Like I don't see him building another championship team in year 20. I think the only thing he's got to look forward to is getting that record. So I honestly think he's playing to catch Kareem, be the all-time leading scorer, have over 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. You know that says a lot for your career.
So let
I
me ask.
think
Okay, let me ask you both this question. Hold on, wait. Let me ask you both this question. Richard, you said you think he's just playing to catch Kareem in all-time scoring, right? So there's been a lot of speculation when it comes to this discussion. We've had this discussion, the GOAT discussion. Do you honestly even think that really matters to him at this point? About the championships. Do you think it really matters to him about the championships, or just saying, you know what, I can end up doing something that not even Michael Jordan was able to do. And Michael Jordan
I
is,
go,
from what everybody says, is a prolific scorer. LeBron James was never really considered a prolific scorer. He was just an all around great player, at least in my mind. I'll say in my mind. So if that's the case, what do you guys believe that? Do you guys kind of think that it's not even about the whole thing about doing that, or it's just about maybe doing something Jordan never was able to do? Rashard, what do you got?
I think it's a historical point for him. I think at this point, he knows he's not going to win three more rings. The Lakers are trash, so you damn sure not about to get three. But you got a hell of a team, name wise.
Mm, mm,
Name wise, you got a hell of a team. Like,
yeah.
but I think it's what you just said. Like, you know what? Y'all want to talk this trash on the book? I'm second. Where's Jordan? And I'm about to get Kareem, and I'm about to play a couple more games. Mike's done. Mike ain't coming back to hoop no more games. Mike's little scores are done. I got a chance to just you get what I'm saying? So that's what
Not
I
even
think
load
it is.
management.
At
Michaels
this
can't
point,
come back.
come on, man. LeBron is in a social media era. So you
Yeah.
can't there's no way I could be in the NBA right now. As much as I listen to sports talk radio for 10 hours at work, I don't hear it. I'm tired of them like, oh, I don't listen to it. I don't hear it. I'm like, how you shut that down? No, he looking for that. He looking for that Kareem title, baby. I'm
Jay, what
done.
do you got?
So like I said, I don't think there's anything else for him to play for. When it comes to the GOAT debate, he's already considered himself the best player. I mean, he self-proclaimed himself the greatest of all time, you know. So there's that. When it comes to him being the all-time leading scorer, for me, it's a longevity statistic. I've always been a fan of averages versus the totality of how many points you score. So even though he has more points than Jordan, the all-time leading points per game average is Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Jordan averaged more for his
Yes.
career than even Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
Like Wilt, for the younger viewers that are watching this, Wilt Chamberlain had a season where he averaged 50 points a game. Average.
Yeah.
So every night you in the layup line, you look on the other side of the court, that dude giving you 50 tonight. And there was nothing you can do about
Yeah.
it.
There's nothing you can
Jordan
do about it.
Jordan averaged more than him for his career. Even with the Wizards
Yes.
years, he still is the all-time leading points per game
Yeah.
scorer. So regardless of all the points LeBron scores, unless LeBron's going to average 30, 35 the rest of his career, to me it's just a
Never gonna
longevity
catch that.
stat. Now,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's this. So props to LeBron because it's a testament to his health, his work ethic. You know, we all wish that we could have played until we're 37, 38 years old at that level. So you have to give him
Yeah.
props for that. But to me, that is a separate argument from a GOAT debate because a lot of people don't even give Kareem his shine for being one of the greatest players of all time. Personally, Jordan
Right.
is the greatest player of
Yes.
all time. To me, Jordan is the greatest player of all time, and Kareem is second.
Yeah.
That's to me. So, but a lot of these this younger generation that will carry on the narrative, they can say 10, 15 years from now, LeBron did this, this, and this. Look at the numbers, look at the stats. You know what I'm saying? The way
Yeah.
the younger generation says we romanticize Jordan, 20 years from now, they can romanticize LeBron and say, well, he was the all-time leading scorer, but everybody talks about Jordan being the better scorer. So I think the way he's probably not thinking of it this way, but the people that control the LeBron narrative are thinking the longer he plays, he can just pile on the numbers. And then when we look back in the history books, we'll just see the gaudy numbers. But we know because we've seen both eras play basketball, who we think is the better basketball player.
All right. Go ahead,
All right.
Rashard.
So the
Make it
beauty
quick.
of what Jay just said. Ooh, I almost said something. I'm gonna make it quick. The beauty of what Jay just said. You got to realize we watched Jordan on TBS and TNT and all that. We watched it. What are these
Yes.
WGN
kids
for me.
doing now what are these kids now doing? They're watching YouTube highlights. You
Yeah.
can watch highlights. You watch the
Yeah.
highlights. These kids like Jordan. First of all, you're 15 years old. Jordan's your favorite player. First of all, I'd have smacked the hell out of you because you didn't watch this man play. You're 15 years old. Jordan retired a million years ago. They watching highlights, bro. So that's where the era conflict is gonna come into about who is X, Y, and Z. We watch TBS and TNT. Oh, Bulls playing the Hawks? TNT. Let's go. Oh, Jay from Chicago. WGN. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Every game. Every game. The kids now are watching the highlights, bro. I mean, so they're watching nothing but highlights. They're intrigued by that. They ain't see when he turned the doggone ball over. They ain't seen when LeBron turns
Yeah.
the ball over. So think about it.
Jordan to these kids
We
today
in
is a
YouTube,
clothing
Jordan.
line.
Yeah, we in YouTube, Jordan.
Man. Yeah, you right. Hey, Jay, you 100% right. Yeah, that's all Jordan really is to them is shoes and clothes. They
That's
He's
don't
a
know nothing
it.
clothing
about
These
line
Jordan
for
kids
these
really.
didn't
kids.
watch this dude.
Yeah.
I know.
Bro,
Hey,
you
you know
didn't
what,
watch
Jay? I'm
this.
so glad.
Your parents explained to
Yeah.
you who he was, and you YouTubed it. You got the shoes. Dad, I heard the J3s are coming out. That's what these kids
Right, right.
did. They looking at the bruh.
But no, hey, Jay, I'm so glad you said that about the clothing line because I would like to give a shout out to Ride Clutch once again, supplying me with my today's show's gear. This is the Send It shirt with the matching hat. Ride Clutch,
Sir.
like I said, once again, they are giving away a motorcycle and $15,000 cash. Okay, so go check them out on Facebook. Like them, follow them, tell them Coach from Hey Coach sent you, and they probably work out some discount for you. But yeah, guys, we're gonna take another quick break. When we come back from this break, though, I want to get into. We're gonna stick with the NBA. All right, I want to talk about some of these injuries that's going on, and what do we think especially with the NBA season coming to a close. We're not that far away from the playoffs. So
Yep.
we're gonna get into some injury talk when we come back from this commercial break. So please stay tuned as we'll come back with more Head Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Shard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Everybody, welcome back to the Hey Coach podcast. I am Coach Tim Simpson, and of course, joining me my two good friends, Shard Collins and Jamal Mundane. Gentlemen, how are we holding up so far, thus far in the episode?
I think it's going good.
Everything's good. All good, man.
All
Yep.
right, Rashard, you get that
Good
dirt
first half.
off your screen?
Wow.
You got the dirt.
Let me see.
Yeah. Y'all gonna have to tune into the blooper reels to find out what that joke's about.
Oh,
All right,
man,
gentlemen.
that's awesome. And you got to create a blooper reel every episode, bro, so it'll be easier at the end. That's funny, though.
Yeah. Okay, so gentlemen, like we talked about at the end of the last segment, we want to get into some of these NBA injuries. One of the key ones I want to talk about is Steph Curry. Now it's I believe it's his left foot that he injured again, right? If I'm reading that correct, I think it was his left foot. Anyways,
No, it was the Boston Celtics that injured him. That's who it was.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart was going for a loose ball. And look, I've been there. I've been on both sides. You know, number one, everybody knows Marcus Smart he goes out, he plays hard. You know, and I honestly, maybe he was looking at Steph Curry, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But then again, I'm always going to defend my Celtics, so I don't really care.
All right. Just so the audience knows, this guy is a Boston Celtics fan, die hard. If you haven't been tuning into these shows, he's going to defend them to the death. Marcus Smart did a dirty play, hurt Steph, and now Steph can't play.
Sir, I am shocked and I am appalled that you would say that about the great Marcus Smart. I'm hurt that you would say that, sir. I'm
appalled that you said the great Marcus Smart.
Right. I'm appalled you put great and Marcus Smart in the same sentence.
Yeah. NBA player, I get it. Great.
Okay, all right. Listen. Every Celtic that puts on that jersey is great to me. Anyways, so let's talk about let's hit on Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry's been balling out, right? You know, Steph's been Steph. Okay, so you got Draymond Green, who's been hurt. He's back now. And then you had, of course, Klay Thompson coming off that horrific injury that he had in the playoffs. And then he had a few setbacks on his road back. Do you guys realize that Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson this season have only played a total of 11 minutes together?
Wow. Didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
It shocked me when I heard that a few days ago after Steph got hurt, and one of the reports was like, "Yeah, you know, this season they've only played 11 minutes together, 11 total minutes," and that was after the whole report of Draymond Green saying that they were going to go ahead and they were going to win the championship this year. So
yeah,
talking about that injury, number one, Jay, what do you think? Well, we all know, but what are your thoughts on what this injury truly means to the Golden State Warriors? Because they've also had another. Well, he was already hurt, but there was another setback with James Wiseman as well, and so he's not returning. They're shutting him down for the rest of the season. So let's touch on the Steph Curry injury, and then Rashard, I'm going to have you to touch on the James Wiseman injury and his setback and why he's not coming back and everything. So Jay, go ahead and start us off.
The Steph injury. I mean, he's the leader of the team. He's the best player. So anytime any team loses their leader on the court, on and off the court, it's going to hurt him. You know, he's not a player that can be replaced. With what they do with Golden State, it's a lot of ball movement, player movement, so they can essentially plug a player in, but they won't bring the type of threat offensively that Steph Curry is. They won't bring in somebody that can stretch the floor like a Steph or be in those types of situations. You know, they have, like I said, they have a good bench. They're deep, but nobody can replace the Steph Curry. They fell to the 3 seed in the West, and I think Memphis is going to hold on and keep that 2 spot. So you'll have Phoenix, Memphis, and then Golden State. The bad news about that is the Denver Nuggets are playing good basketball. And if they stay in that 6th spot, then you got to deal with the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic, and a Jamal Murray coming back off the injury that should be ready for the playoffs. That's going to be a tough first-round matchup for them without Steph Curry. Not saying they can't win it, but if you got to expend a bunch of energy and go 6-7 games in the first round against a Denver Nuggets team, then you got to see a Memphis or Phoenix down the road. It's going to be tough getting through and trying to get to an NBA Finals when your top 3 players have battled injuries all season. So it's a tough loss for them. Maybe they can hold the fort until he gets back, but the West is gunning for him. You know, those players remember what Golden State was, what they represented when all 3 of those players were together. And so teams are going to want to take them out. You know, that tough first round against Denver, if they meet Denver, will be a tough one.
All right, Rashard, why don't you talk to us a little bit about James
Wiseman, when Golden State got him, that was a great pick. The injuries, I don't know if it's the work ethic of the younger guys that are coming in the league and they're not with good trainers or anything like that, but that was a pick. I mean, I'm a Penny fan, so I watched Memphis and I saw this cat. I'm like, man, this dude here, Golden State gets him. Clay hurt, but they got this cat, Draymond, Steph. I'm like, oh man, this cat's gonna be good. It's unfortunate that this dude can't even you can't even convince me Golden State fans are like, we can't wait to see him. We can't wait to get rid of him. Like, he's done nothing. This dude is injured. Like, man, I don't know how many Memphis State games or Memphis University, whatever it is. I know they're trying to get Memphis State back on the little team. Bro, this cat was nice. His injury is crucial because I think Draymond, Clay, and Steph could have went through the offense could have went through this big kid, and would him be able to get touches with a bunch of people that shoot threes? He had to capitalize, bro. He couldn't. Don't. Why are you kicking it back out? We kicked it into you. I could easily shoot this thing from where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could easily pull this trigger. You're open. You got your man posted up. We're gonna give the ball to you. So I just think it's unfortunate that this kid has had 2 seasons of injuries. 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I can't even
this
pull. I wouldn't even know what his stats are right now.
I want to say
I hate
something.
it
I don't.
for him.
I want to add to what Rashard saying about James Wiseman. And this is just me thinking this. It doesn't mean anything. You know, it's just my point of view. I think a lot of these
Okay.
injuries from these one and done players, these bigger players, Zion Williamson, James Wiseman, I think a lot of this is coming from them not playing. Think about it like this. James Wiseman came out of high school, right? he was the biggest player physically when he played in high school. He played AAU. Okay, you go around the AAU circuit, you're playing 8-minute quarters, 20-minute halves, in these pickup games, basically. He played 5 college basketball games, I think, and then he got into some trouble for being
Some
Yeah.
recruited,
trouble.
so he had to sit, so he couldn't play college basketball. He goes to the NBA. The NBA season is a grind. It's 82 games. It's 8-9 months of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You are not getting the proper sleep. You're flying overnight flights. You got back-to-back games. Like the wear and tear on the body for that is tremendous. People don't understand that how athletes can do this year in and year out. That's why in the last segment we talked about a testament to LeBron staying healthy for this long because of the grind
Yeah.
that you have to go through in the NBA season. This James Wiseman kid has never played this many games before in this amount of time. So to me, it's not a surprise that he has a knee injury for his size. All the pounding, he's down low in the paint, going up against big men every single night, like men that are bigger than him, where he's
Men.
used to playing against smaller players. He's playing against men, right? He's 18, 19. He's playing against men
Yeah.
night in and night out. So hopefully hopefully he can get back. Hopefully he can come back next year and play. They really didn't lose much this season because he hadn't played all year anyway. It would have been more of a
Right.
positive if he can come back. But I just hope the young kid can come back and play. But I mean, it's just a testament. These kids, like, you got to play. That's why college basketball, I personally think, is important because you get that experience of playing against young men, but at least you're still playing against men night in and night out at a high level. You get 30, 35 games a year. Like, I was watching the Villanova game this weekend. They were talking about Connor Gillespie playing at Villanova. He's playing
Yeah.
in his like 120th basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's
Yeah.
played with men. He's played over 100 college games. His body is physically ready to go to the next level. James Wiseman played 5 games in college. Big difference.
Yeah. Now, okay, so let me pose this question to both of you then, because I'm seriously I'm thinking as I'm hearing you two talk, I'm replaying my years of watching basketball from college to the NBA, and we're talking about the injuries and everything like that. I don't know, is it just me? But because we've had guys that skipped college altogether, went to the NBA. We have guys that were one and dones that went in the NBA. And we're going back a little bit, that didn't have the type of injuries that some of these players are having. So my question is it something that is different from the time that they're young boys growing up playing all these sports and everything they're doing till they get to college, if they're going to college, and then getting into the NBA that has changed from back when we were growing up and even before then till now? Because I know, growing up, number one, we were always out, we were out active doing stuff. And, of course, when we got into weights, we did our weights and stuff and all like that. But I know from a lot of kids that I've dealt with in the past, coaching middle school basketball and high school and everything, they don't do half the stuff that we used to do when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, do you think that is it more so the fact, to what Jay's point saying, that that they're not, they're one and dones, they're not getting that same type of experience, or does it go back even further than that in that instance? Well, Rashad, I saw your finger up. Go ahead, hit it with us.
So with me having a nephew that's playing college basketball right now,
Hmm.
he works out. His dad played ball. I mean, it's it's your work ethic, man. Like you gotta want to get it. Like, I hate AAU, and I even told my nephew when he was played AAU, I said this is the most overrated thing in the world. It's, to me, it's like the and one tour. Like, it was garbage. The and one was garbage to me. I'm looking like, all right, the professor, all these cats, the professor Cole handles, got it. But you showcase kids for them to get it. You got a Wiseman You know, I'm an AAU coach. I got a 6'9", 6'10" player. Guess where we going? I don't give a damn about Tim and Jay, y'all, the guards. We going to Wiseman. Yeah, exactly. You should be offended, and you should. You should, because you don't get the look that he got. And they build these cats up, and you people get in their ear, their heads, woo woo. You don't go out on Sunday or your first day of spring break in high school and like get some shots up. You don't go work out at the gym. You don't do nothing because everybody done hyped you up. Man, you cold. You gonna make it. You gonna make it. It's the social media era, and they hype these cats up, and you don't build your body up. LeBron and Tom Brady put $1 million in their bodies. Now Wiseman don't have $1 million, but guess what? We got NIL. You could probably get $1 million if you need to do it, but you in the league, so you have $1
Right.
million. These jokers are lazy. You're not really you hooping. You going back home hooping against your friends. Hoop against somebody who's in the league. Go get an Elijah Wan. Show me how to do X, Y, and Z. Show me how to get my body. T.O. was at the Chattanooga U of I game the other day. T.O. looked like he could still play right now. These jokers are not putting
Yeah.
in any work, bro. That's it. There's no other question. They're not putting in the work to their body. Somebody done pumped your damn head up, and you think you can just, since you 6'10" and I'm 6'7", you can just shoot on me all that. Guess what? I'm gonna be 6'10" in 2 weeks when you get to the NBA. The jokers are soft,
Yeah.
man. Let's go, old man. Get off my lawn. You jokers are soft, man.
Jay, what do you got in response to that?
No, I agree with him. Basically, what he's saying is just the work ethic. It's different. These kids, if they, from what it looks like, if they play, they just want to continue to play more basketball. They don't want to work on their body. Now, it's one thing to work on the skills and to go out and showcase those skills. It's another, what do you do when nobody's watching? How do you build your body up? What are you doing putting in the extra work? So if you look at Giannis from his rookie year and look at what Giannis's body looks like year after year after year, I wish
Right?
we had a
Yes.
graphic where we could show side by side what his body looked like every year. So
Yeah.
he didn't just work on his game, he worked on his body because he realized
Mm-hmm.
coming from Greece, I have to be physically able to play 82 games. I have NBA friends, or when I was playing basketball, I have people that I grew up with that made it to the NBA, played overseas.
Yep.
And when I used to work out with them, the one thing they used to always say is you have to train your body to physically be able to play 100 NBA games. The reason is people say, Jay, why would you say 100 games? Because the NBA is
Playoffs.
82 games. You need to
82.
win 16 games to win a championship.
Yep.
So you have to physically have yourself mentally and physically prepared to play 100 basketball games a year at the highest level. And I think what these young guys do is they know they're good. They're good in college. Everybody's telling them they're great. They're one and done. And they kind of have a wait and see approach to basketball. They get in the league, see what it's about, and then they're like, oh, I need to get better, as opposed to preparing themselves to get better. So that's why I say you look at a Giannis and you look at even if you look at DeAndre Ayton is the exception. He went to Arizona for 1 year. His first year in the league, he didn't look that good. He looked like just a big man that was just running around.
Yeah.
But he realized if he's going to play for a championship caliber Phoenix Suns team, his body had to get better. So if you look at what he looked like his rookie year to what he looked like in the finals last year, and after you saw what Giannis did to him last year in the finals, he built his body up even more for this season. So I think, adding to what Rashard said, you just got to get in the weight room and, you got to work. What are you working on when nobody's looking? And you got to build your body up for that.
Okay. So I got two things. First thing I'll say, both hitting it right where it needs to be hit. I mean, that's 100% correct. Um, and I know from coaching where I coach, where I'm coaching out right now, I even deal with that same issue with the young man I'm coaching. because they've either gone somewhere where they were the man or this and that, and what I'm finding that a lot of the problem is who you surround yourself with. Um, if you surround yourself with good people that have the same like-minded goals that you have, even if you're quote unquote going to be the cash cow, we can say this, with a lot of the NBA stars, that like LeBron James is a perfect example. He brought his people with him. You know what I'm saying? He's helped people get into different positions and different things, and they're thriving. He surrounded himself with great people. You know what I'm saying? And he's helped those people up. But you've also seen on the flip side with other NBA stars that were there, but then they had the wrong people around them, and they say no, they're out of the NBA, they're broke. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see them anymore. So my thing is what you were talking, especially what you were talking about, Jay. A lot of the problem is these kids coming up now, they're getting overhyped. You got the people that are talking about them in their younger years, talking about, oh yeah, you're gonna be the next Michael Jordan, you're gonna be the next LeBron James, you're gonna be the next Steph Curry, you're gonna be the next Giannis. Okay, but first of all, can they hit puberty first? I mean, give them a break, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Let them grow into their body, because they might be at a certain point right there. And all of a sudden, like, yeah, you're gonna be the next Yao Ming or Shaquille O'Neal, and they say no, they become the next Muggsy Bogues or Spud Webb because they ain't growing no further. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying,
Right.
it's no, you gotta, the people that are around you have got to know who you are, your talent level, and they also have to be the same people that are pushing you, saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" Well, I was gonna sit down and play this video game for a little bit. Why? Do you think LeBron James playing video games right now? Do you think the person you're gonna be going against next week is in there playing video games? How good is that person you're playing against? You want to just destroy the person you're playing. I'm not saying going out there and literally destroy somebody, but you want to devastate that person. Anytime that person hears your name, they want to shiver. And but a lot of these kids, they're not putting in that work. Just like Rashad said, you're lazy. You're not putting the work in. That's why I said, and I made the comments about Steph Curry, his shooting, this and that. Like I said, I love Steph Curry. Steph Curry is unbelievable. Greatest shooter in NBA history. But what I don't see, and I'm not saying that he doesn't do it. So I don't want anybody saying I'm saying Steph Curry is not like this. I'm not saying he does do it, but I don't see a lot of his workout videos out there. I'm not saying he doesn't put them out there, but I don't see a lot of them out there. So a lot of these kids are just watching him on NBA games, or they're playing with him on the NBA 2K or whatever the video game's out, and they're doing that. They're not doing the work that he actually puts in. And that's always been my issue when it comes. Like I said, if I put my coaching hat on, that's always been my issue as a coach. Guys always talk about how great they are, but they're not really putting the work in. And okay, yeah, your individual game may be great. What about your team game? I don't care who you are. You've always got a weakness somewhere. The point is to try to make your weaknesses not be so weak. Try to cover them up a little bit. Maybe not. They're not weaknesses, but maybe they don't hold you down as much, and keep doing your strengths and everything. But yeah, I agree with both of you guys. Both of y'all hit it both on the same. Rashard, you had one other thing. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying when even like I said, I've said it before. When it comes to Steph and Seth, my boy from college, his brother played with Dale and them. He said these boys they shot on the NBA goal all the time. None of this is amazing to them. But when it comes to the Wisemans and the younger AAUs, and I told my nephew, and you hit on it, either you or Jay hit on it, like the AAU circuit, I hate it. At one point, my nephew was a sophomore in high school. He was ranked in the top 50 guards in the nation. My nephew is a humble kid. My nephew, Evan Carter, he's like, I ain't even played against every guard in the nation. How am I even ranked top 50? Now, he
I
got a
like
whole
that.
view. Jay, I'm telling you now, y'all rank me number 50, bro. I might have a t-shirt, but like, number 50, baby. My nephew literally told me, he said, He went to a camp somewhere, I don't know, and Adidas camp or something. He's like, they got me ranked one of the top 50 guards in the nation. So I'm thinking like, all right, we going to Kentucky, Arizona, Kansas, Texas, UConn. His daddy ain't saying none of this. I'm looking like, boy, this is where we going. My nephew's like, I ain't played against everybody in there. How am I the top 50? I'm like, your mindset, the way you think, I love it. And he works. He's got a shooting coach. He's at HBCU. I played at HBCU. He's got, he ain't at Alabama. He's from San Antonio, but he's not at a major school. So you got to want to work on your craft. Now, what I wanted to get to, real quick, 20 seconds. Jay, Tim, Ant, I don't know if you hooped. Can y'all imagine if you had the opportunities right now with the gyms and the coaches and so where your game would have been? I'm going to leave it at that. Specialists. I was a big
Wouldn't
man.
help my
I could
game at
throw the
all.
ball.
What'd you say, Ant?
Woo!
It would not have helped my game at all.
Okay, that's you, Jay. What about you? What about you, Jay? What about you? You that what they got now, the access to what they have now, facilities, coaches, drills. And Tim, I'm coming to you after this. Jay, what would you have done right now?
Oh, for me, yeah. I mean, 100%. If I got all that access and with my 4 older brothers, I mean, I wouldn't have known nothing else but the gym. They'd have kept me in there. They're like, you can't leave. You got all this stuff. You don't need to be out in the street. Like, we need you in this gym so we can get up out of here.
Get up
They'd
out
have
of here.
been right. They'd have been on the same thing you were saying about your nephew. What D1 school you trying to go to? So absolutely.
Tim, what about you,
For
bro?
me,
Real talk.
well, mine is kind of a double edge. It's kind of like a double edged sword. I wasn't taking school or sports really seriously when I was in high school. So it wasn't until I got ready to graduate, when I really started to take things more seriously. But at that point in time, I was getting geared to go to the military. I wanted to join the Army. And that's what my mindset was. Ended up not working out that way at first. So I decided to go the college route. And when I sit there and think about, when I made the team as a walk-on and then end up earning a scholarship and then getting, invited to like 3 or 4 other schools to come on for a scholarship at another 4-year college, I think about, what you just said. What if I'd have taken this stuff seriously? And then especially now what you just said with the question, where would I have actually been if we would have had these same type of opportunities as these kids had? Because when I grew up, I didn't even have access to an AAU team. There wasn't anything like that in my
It was
area.
called All-Star.
Yeah, that's true. That they did have that. I was on that stuff. But but no, you're right. You're 100% right. So I mean, that's the thing. I think that's the thing that really kind of irritates me more than anything is the fact that a lot of these kids coming up have so many opportunities, but very few of them take advantage of them and truly say, you know what, I have an opportunity to actually be great. I've got people, I got ability to go get coaching. I can get in any gym. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is put the work in, make sure my grades are up, make sure I'm putting my work in, and I could probably go somewhere. But most of them, why? Because you got people saying, oh man, you good, man. Hey, like, and you'll say the opposite case of your nephew. Oh, hey, man, you top 50? Man, baby, you in there, baby. You in there. You top 50. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, you just got to do what you do, baby. Don't even worry about none of us. That's usually
Right.
what the conversation how the conversation goes. Not like, your nephew, like I said, he's on it. I'm gonna keep that name in my ear because the simple fact that you say he's a sophomore,
Yeah, he'll
or
be
how
a
was
sophomore next year. Johnson C. Smith out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Evan Carter.
so
Yeah.
so for
He
him
was
to
like,
say that and
they
say
ranked
like,
me.
yo,
He's like number
I
50.
even
He's
played
like,
against
I ain't
everybody.
played against 50 point guards. He told me that. I'm looking like, bro, I would have been, bro, y'all don't get it. I would have been like,
Oh, I would have been the same way.
I'm that dude.
I'd have been calling the
Hey, they
newspaper.
didn't rank me.
I'd have been on Facebook
Bro, y'all couldn't
Live.
have told me
Yo, y'all, how y'all
nothing.
doing? Hey, Hey, y'all, how you doing? It's number 50 ranked point guard in the
What?
nation right here.
I'm
You know what
what?
I'm saying?
I'm
I
in
just
the
want to get
top
on here real
50 in
quick.
the
Say,
nation.
what's
For that boy to be
up?
a sophomore in high school and be so humble and be like, I ain't
Man,
even
he's
played
on
for
his way.
top
If he
50
keeps
cat.
working, if he's really that good, and if he keeps
I'm
working and he
like,
keeps that
bro,
mindset, oh
what?
man, he's gonna be nice. I'm keeping that name.
I said,
I'm keeping that name in the
just the
back on the
fact to
back
hear a
burner.
kid say that, I'm like, all right, we different. We family, but we different though.
Yeah, we totally different. Cause, hey, I know, like I said, I'd have been calling the newspaper. I'd have been calling and say, hey, I need a parade. I need somebody to call Gatorade.
Man,
Get Gatorade. Get Gatorade on the
down
phone.
Main Street by the Dollar Tree.
He sit down Main Street by the Dollar Tree. Them fools
Gotta
said the
make y'all
Dollar
laugh,
Tree.
man. I gotta make y'all laugh. Every episode,
Oh
I
my
gotta
God.
just say something reckless, man. I know
Well,
Ant
you know
like
what else? You know what
hurry
we gotta
up.
do? You know what else we gotta do? We gotta take another break. Okay, so into some NFL news. Now I'm a little excited about this because there's and so I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get it. So please stay tuned. Keep your glass beside you. Pop some popcorn if you need to. Whatever you gotta do, just make sure you're back in time for the next segment of Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Welcome back to Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane. Gentlemen, it's been a joy thus far of the show. We've talked about college hoops. We've talked about NBA hoops. It's time to get into a little bit of NFL football. Now, there's been some things that done happened. And Rashard, you alluded to this earlier in the show. I'm going to let you go ahead and finish off what you were talking about with the great TB12.
All right, so earlier this week, I saw an article, read an article. Tom Brady. It's amazing to me. Like, let's just say the four of us were all famous. I ain't talking about just on this. Hey, and I can hit Jay like, hey, bro, I'm about to go play for the Vegas Raiders. What's up? And you looking
You
like
gonna be
Jay
by
looking like
yourself?
real. See, I try to do a
Hard pass.
professional show. This dude is the worst. This dude's the worst, bro.
I'm gonna stay
This dude
retired.
is the all right. All right, I ain't gonna use no example. Wow, you're horrible, bro. Hey, Ant, make sure this is on the bloopers, bro. Your he's horrible, dog.
Hey,
All right, let me not use that example. All
yeah,
right,
thank you.
and take. All right, I think it's dope that LeBron can reach out to Tom Brady and be like, let's get it. Let's run it back. LeBron's an NBA player. He talking to a football player. Tom Brady's like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let's go. Bruh, enough rings to where it doesn't matter. Tom Brady's enjoying life right now. He's playing football. He's just enjoying life. Like when I think when he was in the mix of getting all the rings and going and not making it, and Eli them beat him twice or whatever, he was in the fold. Tom Brady's just enjoying life. But as a joke, that boy done been home with them kids and Giselle. Like, oh no, I know I can't do this. I don't even know what the hell my kid, bro. I'm gonna give you an example. I don't know if I said it before. I was in the military at Drum. I'm on vacation. My wife goes to work. My daughter looking at me like, Dad, are you ready? Ready for what? To take me to school. I don't know where your school is at. And I used to be a school teacher. I'm like, what? I got a my baby girl in the back seat, like, Daddy, turn left, turn right. Tom Brady was like, oh no. We got
Wow.
maids, butlers. He's bruh. He the goat. The goat need one more year to mentally. I don't think Tom got some homeboys, but he ain't got no homeboys to be
Right.
like, you ready for this? Gronk ain't doing that. Gronk got a wife and kids and the whole situation. Bruh, Tom Brady like, oh man, I need to figure this out. Now I'm gonna ask y'all: is it official? Is he going back to Tampa Bay,
Yes.
or is he
Yes.
just not retired?
No,
He's back in
he's
Tampa
got to go
Bay.
back because he said, yeah, he's still got. I think was it another year on his contract, or is it 2?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, so he's still got time on his
Tim,
contract, so he has to go back.
and I'm not going to exclude Jamal, but Tim, think about it. I didn't know where my daughter's school was at. My
That does
daughter
not
is in the
surprise me.
back seat, like, Dad, take a left, and then keep on going. I'm at drum and keep on rolling. I'm like,
Oh man.
what the hell? I mean, bro, that feeling there. So you got to think, and I'm gonna change it for like 5 seconds. Think about
All right.
a wife that's a baseball wife. 162 games. This dude ain't there.
Ugh.
You come home and is it ain't summertime because your season ended in October. Hey,
Yeah.
the wife tired. The wife tired. Like, I appreciate the whole house and the cars and all this, MF, and I mean my friend. Uh, yeah, you need to take these kids to school. Does he know where the kids' school go? Does he know where the kids go?
I don't know. He might be calling his wife like talking about, hey, what they eat? They eat Purina or
Nah.
Alpo. What do they eat?
Yeah, it's gonna
Again,
be that.
kids, they're not
But
pets.
where do
They're
they
not
go? Do I
dogs.
turn left out the driveway or right out the driveway? And
He said
yeah,
left or right of
do
the
they go
driveway.
to the both? Hey, do they go to the same school? Bro, it's a lot, bro. Like you got kids in different
That's a lot of
age
pressure.
groups.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. Maybe he felt more comfortable with the pressure on the football field
Bro,
versus the
Brady
pressure of
like, man,
knowing if his kids
yeah, Giselle,
what school his kids go to or what they need to eat. Jay, we're gonna go over to you. What do you have on this?
yeah, we go with somebody who's
Uh,
serious comment.
nah. So I'll actually take the more cynical route. I think he's doing it for selfish reasons. If I'm being honest.
Ooh,
Um, think about it like this. He really didn't retire, right? He said he was
no.
retiring after the season was over. He did it on Instagram or something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then a month later, he's like, no, I was just playing. I'm back. I think he's doing it for selfish reasons because of this. When you're a player that is that highly touted, that decorated, you're used to people celebrating you. He didn't. He ain't like Tim Duncan. He didn't want to do a retirement over the phone and just say I'm done. I think he wants to let people know at the beginning of the season that he's retiring, so he can get all his flowers. Every stadium he goes to, we love you, Tom Brady. Just like when he went to New England this past season, how they did a whole TV show about him playing in New England. I think he's looking for that. That's my personal opinion. I think he wants to come back. This is going to be now at the beginning of training camp. He might say, don't be surprised if you hear him say, this is my last year. So now the whole world is
Mm-hmm.
going to be thinking about Tom Brady because he gets
The
all
whole
the
season.
attention. Exactly. Aaron Rodgers took all the headlines this last season and then this offseason with his new contract. And then Brady just on Instagram was like, I'm retiring and didn't get that much love. I think he's doing it, honestly, for selfish reasons. He's going to go and play for Tampa Bay one last year, make it his last dance or whatever you want to call it. But he's going to announce it in training camp that this is going to be my last season. So now he'll have all the media attention, all the coverage, all these games. He'll get celebrated. He can do another TV show, Tom versus Time, part 2, and have everybody kind of celebrate him throughout this last year because he didn't get that last year. You know, this quote unquote retirement was a surprise. And I'm sure he's got people in his ear, the Alex Guerreros of the world in his ear, telling him, hey, you Tom Brady. Like, you can't retire and just walk away like this. Like, people got to be able to celebrate your story and all this. So I wouldn't be surprised if he announces that he's going to retire at the beginning of this upcoming season. He says, this is my last year, and he gets celebrated throughout the rest of the year.
You know what?
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna argue against that. I'm really not. I mean, now you talked about maybe selfish reasons. Do you realize that he actually has the opportunity starting this, next NFL season to become the oldest quarterback to start in an NFL game?
Mm-hmm.
The crazy thing about it is do you know who currently the number one oldest quarterback is?
Vinny
I'll guess,
Testaverde,
but I don't
maybe.
think it is. It Warren
You
Moon?
said
Who is
you
it?
said you said Vinny Testaverde, Warren Moon. No, Steve DeBerg
Steve DeBerg.
played for the
No,
Falcons. He played for
I
the
didn't know
Falcons
that.
Oh, Falcons. Okay,
in
I was gonna say
1988. Yeah, I'm
Chiefs.
sorry. In 1998, at age 44, 279 years old, he became the oldest player to play in a game. Tom Brady is the second oldest starting quarterback in NFL history, and he's at 44 years, 163 days. Uh, um, yeah, 173 days, and he would have actually got pretty close to it, but they had the playoff, loss and all that other stuff with the Rams
No,
in January. But go
And
ahead,
then
no,
Jay.
he
plus he
did say he
plus
want.
he
He,
missed the
he,
season when Matt Castle took over for him.
yeah, he tore the ACL. Now he did say he wanted to
Yes.
play until he was 45, but still at the same time, I think it's for selfish reasons. I mean, you're a player at this caliber, you have an ego, and to just walk away from the game like that and not be celebrated, I think he wants people to celebrate him and say, "Oh, Tom Brady, you're the greatest." Every game we're going to have a flock of people follow you around and say thank you, Tom Brady, and you can see yourself in the stands and all these picket signs. I think that's why he's coming back. He has no reason to come back. What are you playing for?
No,
You're not
he
going to make
doesn't.
it's not going to
Hey,
make you any greater if you win another championship. So what are you playing for?
so okay, so
I,
guess
I, I think Tom don't
now
even.
wait,
I
wait,
think
hold it
Tom
for
don't
sure.
even.
For sure, I
Tom
got something
wants.
for you though.
I think Tom just really wants to be like, who's gonna surpass me as the oldest current, not current, but the oldest quarterback to ever play the game. And think about it at this level. Yeah, now y'all, you just said who'd you say, Tim, Steve DeBerg or whatever? How many
Yeah, but I have another one for
championships he
you.
got?
I have another one for you. Oh, none.
Yeah, okay. You can go to Testaverde. You can go all these cats. I get it. You can go all them cats,
No,
Cleveland, the Browns, them trash boys, bruh.
but I got one more for
Brady,
you,
bruh.
Richard.
You got, but y'all have to realize, and I'm give me 5 seconds. The draft is so low, and look what he has now. You ain't even got to pass 3.
No, but I got one for you though. I got one for you. And this one's especially for you, Richard. Now, Tom Brady will be the oldest to ever start in an NFL game, coming in at 45. Do you know who the oldest player to ever play the position of quarterback to come in a game? You know how old he was and who he was and who he played
Come
for?
to come in a game. I'll either say Danny White or Roger Staubach.
Okay, who do you got, Jay?
No
No clue.
idea. Red
Okay,
Grange. I don't know.
George. Yeah, George. I'm
U of
pretty sure
I. U
I'm
of
gonna
I.
butcher his
Reg
name.
J. First
Blanda.
of all, I love it.
Yeah,
You said
George
George who?
Blanda.
George Jefferson.
No, fool.
Please get my jersey. Yeah, please get my jersey. You're gonna be
George
like Al
Blanda.
Bundy in this joint.
But here's this is why this is for you, Richard, because George Blanda, who barely came in at quarterback for the Raiders in 1975 at age 45 years old and 95 days.
Yeah,
So the Raiders are
yeah.
famous for something other than John Madden.
Man, he
Like I
went to high
said,
school with
Jamarcus
John
Russell was our
Madden.
quarterback. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
but he was
like,
John Madden's teacher.
like
Right.
zero. Like,
Dude,
all right,
John Madden coach.
you got me. I ain't trust me. I ain't 100% Raider
Look, man,
history. Not that, dude.
I was just trying to give you something because I know we give you a hard
No, you
time
gave me
about your
some though. You gave me
Raiders.
some.
And
You're gonna make me look it up. Like real
yeah,
talk.
man, I'm just
And I don't think I can really hold that conversation with somebody at a bar. Like, yo, buddy was the. It's gonna be called Zero. They're gonna call Zero about Buddy. So I can't. But I appreciate the
you know that
knowledge though.
You don't think that's gonna be like a sports bar trivia thing?
And if so,
No.
that is
Okay.
the
All right.
oldest. That bar is like so old, right? Yeah,
He's probably
yeah. We're
the
playing.
owner and
Yeah.
still bartender of that bar. That's crazy. Okay, so guys, let's move along. Let's move along with a little bit more NFL news. So, big story: Deshaun Watson. Okay, we had talked about it our last episode. You know, he had the everything that got cleared. They decided not to indict him, so he then became open. Well, something interesting happened after all that happened. He decided to tell the Texans, "Hey, I'm not gonna dispute my no trade clause. I take that out. I want to be traded." Jay, what happened after he decided to do that?
All right. So for viewers that don't understand how trades work in the NFL, certain players can get what's called a no trade clause. And what a no trade clause is, if you're an athlete, you play for a franchise, when you sign your contract for however many years, however much money, you can put a clause in your contract that says, I don't want to be traded. Doesn't necessarily mean the team can't trade you. It gives you the leverage as the player to waive that clause if you are traded. For example, Russell Wilson, when he was the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, he had a no trade clause. When he was ready to leave the Seattle Seahawks, he told the franchise, I will play for these specific teams. I'll essentially waive my no trade clause for these specific teams. So that's how he was able to go to the Denver Broncos. He waived his no trade clause in order to go there and play. So basically, the player has the leverage to pick the teams they want to go to. In the case of Deshaun Watson, his contract was through 2025 with the Houston Texans, and it had a no trade clause. He was only going to waive his no trade clause for certain teams. Houston Texans were trying to get him traded to the Carolina Panthers, Atlanta Falcons, or not the Atlanta Falcons, the New Orleans Saints. He waived his no trade clause to go to the Cleveland Browns, as y'all saw last week. He signed a $230 million contract, all guaranteed, waived his no trade clause, and now he'll be the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Rashard, what do you got?
I live in Houston. I love this. Shout out to the man who is his agent
Monster
and his son.
contract.
Boy,
239.
guaranteed.
Come on, baby.
Monster
239.
contract.
I ain't
Bigger
been
than,
on the
bigger than
field in a
Aaron,
year.
bigger than
Bro,
Aaron Rodgers, by the
don't
way.
even get me
Bigger than Aaron
started with
Rodgers.
Yeah.
He has more
Yeah, bigger
guaranteed
than Aaron
money
Rodgers.
than
right.
Aaron Rodgers.
239. I'm on 29 or 22 criminal charges. I don't give a damn what color your agent is. Dope, crucial. Houston, with me being a Raider fan and listening to Texans radio, they just want it to be over. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're tired.
Yeah.
We know he's leaving. Like Carrera for baseball. I know we didn't talk about baseball today. Like Carrera went to the Twins. Carrera, 3 years, 100 and something million. This boy about to get paid. Houston just wanted Deshaun to be gone, bro. It was like weird to see, like, as you see this clean cut brother, and I'll say it again, handsome cat, clean cut brother, and you in here doing the weird stuff with the masseuses and all that. Like at that point, Houston checked out. The dude,
Yeah.
and then now you get the Cleveland fans acting like they don't want him there. So if I got an option, I need Baker Mayfield or Deshaun Watson as my quarterback, I'm going with Deshaun. Now, Cleveland has to realize you got to worry about Brissett. You realize they just signed Brissett today from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Because Deshaun's, this ain't nowhere in hell Goodell's going to be like, oh, he good for the whole season. No. Jacoby Brissett is the god doggone Cleveland quarterback. Watch if you listen tomorrow on Sports Talk Radio. Bro, Deshaun's not that, he's not the starting quarterback. Deshaun has to go in there, and when I say win the fans over, he has to win. I don't care if he go out there and do the women's rights stuff and go to the schools. Some of that's fake to me. You got to win on that field on
Yeah.
Sunday, bro. You can't
Yeah.
you can't really just jump out there. That's just me. You can't go to the women's shelter
No, you're 100% right.
and like they don't want you there. Like, bro, we don't. You're weird. You're weird. You're Kyrie to us. Stop. You gotta just win on the field. Like I just gotta throw that in. You gotta win on the field, man. Like this dude living in Houston, man. 2 months ago, everybody wanted him. Like, let's get rid of him. Let's get our draft picks and let's go. And this is the funny thing.
Right.
I really wish this was like a nationally syndicated podcast. Houston's upset because we didn't get no players. Players from where? Cleveland? Who the hell? You not getting the defensive? Who are y'all getting? You're not getting Chubb. You're not getting none of these cats. Who you gonna get is Mayfield, Baker. That's who you go get. Like, who y'all want? And I hope this cat can go to Cleveland and do something. But if he pulls a hamstring in his first practice, he's got $239 million guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
He's got the best.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing is, what I'll say long ago that is, because the thing is there's probably more than likely going to be some type of game suspension for him anyway.
Right.
Which like Rashard, like going to Rashard's point, that's why they go out and get Brissett. You know, because he's a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And he can hold the fort down until Watson's ready to go. Now, there was a couple. Now there was a signing that really it kind of threw me when I first saw it because I was like, wait a minute, that can't be real. I was like, that just really can't be real because Cleveland's offense is looking pretty darn good, and then they just get Amari Cooper.
Yes.
And I'm like, you throw, because first of all, when I'm looking at this Cleveland team, let's say all is well. Okay, let's say he gets an 8-game suspension, right? Let's get an 8-game suspension. Let's say they go 4-4. Okay, they're 4-4. Right? Let's say they're 4-4, going in, rolling right. Now you're talking about adding Deshaun Watson to an offense with 2 dynamic running backs, where he doesn't really have to worry about doing so much. You know, you got Nick Chubb, you got Kareem Hunt, all right, that are behind you. You got the workhorses behind you. Deshaun Watson, with his style of play, he is a very accurate quarterback. He can get the ball down the field. And if you are not careful, he will run right past you. So my question right now, if let's say all things are hunky-dory, we got the rainbows and lollipops and the little Smurfs and all the fairies are dancing and they're playing the wonderful music in the background. All things on paper, how good could this Cleveland Brown team actually be? Jay?
I wouldn't say this upcoming season because he'll probably get an 8-game suspension. He'll probably miss 8 to 10 games. But they have the talent to win that division. Deshaun Watson was a top 5 quarterback playing for the Texans with no offensive line, nobody to throw the ball to except Nuke Hopkins, and he was a top 5 quarterback numbers wise. The year before all the allegations, I think he threw for almost 5,000 yards, 30 plus touchdowns. So we know his ability. Now he has the weapons and offensive line. Like he has a good team. It seems like that's ready to win. They have playoff experience. This team. I know Jarvis Landry is looking to go somewhere else, or
Mm-hmm.
he's asked the team if he can be traded. I think with Deshaun Watson there and he sees him in training camp, he may want to recant that and be like, "Oh, I can be on the other side of Amari with this dude. Oh, okay, we can probably make something happen." So it's yet to be seen, but based on what we see right now, and I talked about this in the last episode. If you guys saw the last episode, I told y'all Deshaun Watson maybe become a Cleveland Brown. It'll be far fetched, but it could happen. And here we are today with it. So, like we talked about last time, so y'all got to tune in our episodes so you can see what we're talking about because it can come to fruition. But with the team he has right now, if he gets on the field, maybe not this season coming up, but the next season, they will be talked about as winning that North Division.
Okay, I like what you just said, Jay. With maybe not this year, but next year, because I mean, you got to set the precedence. If you're Roger Goodell, from this is different. This is weird. Whatever Deshaun was doing,
Yeah.
so he can't even go with the what was the running back that fought his girlfriend, wife in the elevator. Everything's
Ray Rice.
different. So you
Yeah, Ray
Goodell
Rice, yeah.
just I mean he gets paid a lot. Goodell has to kind of play hard. You know what I'm saying? He can't be soft like, oh well, Deshaun got off. Goodell's got to go. He's got to go 10 games, bro. He's got to. Deshaun got to sit out. Brissett,
He's got to make an
that was
example.
a smart move on Cleveland trying to do something. They saw the Rams go get Buddy last year. They trying to do it. If you look, and I know this is not the topic, if you look, damn the NFC. The AFC right now is real crucial. The
Yeah.
AFC across the board is real crucial. There's some serious quarterbacks in this thing, and there's some serious tight ends. Running backs ain't really, I got it. But the AFC, bruh, they cracked. I don't know if y'all seen the joke. They talking about the AFC East might potentially have 4 black quarterbacks. They had Burrow in there. Y'all got to see it. It's funny, bro. I was gonna send it to Ant. I was like, yo, the
Oh my
internet's a
God.
fool, bro.
Undefeated. Undefeated.
Undefeated. Hey, they got Burrow with the hoodie with the so and so.
Joe
They said
Burr.
see if what they
Hit that
said
Cardi
was
B.
if this is what they said. This is what they said. If Haskins from the Steelers becomes the starter, the NFC their division has 4 black quarterbacks. So they got Haskins, Woo, and Burrow. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, y'all out of control, man. Y'all out of
Internet
control,
is
man.
undefeated.
Yeah,
Undefeated. Okay, so
yeah.
so that leads us into our next thing because Rashard had said it, and I know Jay had hit on it too. But where does that leave Baker Mayfield? Because to me, I don't know if I see a lot of teams chomping at the bit to get Baker. Now, I'm not saying he's a great quarterback. I'm not gonna say he's a good quarterback. I'll say he's a decent quarterback. And maybe it's one of those things where if he gets paired with the right coach, he might actually be pretty good. So if that's the case, Jay, which system, which coach, which team do you think would be a decent fit or a good fit for Baker Mayfield?
Well, first of all, Baker needs to stop getting caught sliding in these girls' DMs on social media. He needs to stop doing that.
Go down
So,
in the
Oh,
yeah, breaking
down in
news. Yeah, he need to cut
I
that
know he
out.
was doing that. I know he was
Yeah,
doing that.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
I was
sliding in
trying to stay away
DMs.
from it, but
Nah, we don't stay away
Jay
from
hit
that
it.
stuff.
Jay
Wow,
hit it.
Hey, look, we don't stay away from that stuff on this podcast. So we
wow.
need
I
to
didn't
be
know he was
careful with
doing
that.
that, y'all.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
Mr. Progressive commercial. He better quit it. So he got to deal with that. As
Yeah,
far
he
as
better
teams
said
to
that.
play for, as far as teams, I mean the obvious answer would be Houston, right? You just basically swap the quarterbacks. Hold up, piece came out. Sorry, you just basically swap the quarterbacks,
I've
go
done
down
that
to
too.
Houston. I don't know if he I don't know where he would fit. I don't know if he is a winning quarterback. I think the only reason that people are going to give him a chance is because he was a number one pick. But he doesn't have number one pick talent. So where do you go with him? He can't go to any team in the division and be the best quarterback in the division. You have to put him on a team that's trying to rebuild. So he has to go to a Houston Texans situation, or he has to go to a, I was going to say if Aaron Rodgers left, he goes to Green Bay. Like you have to go to a team that's trying to rebuild. You go to a Giants. Maybe you can go to the Giants and get Daniel Jones' spot, but I don't see him going anywhere and them winning right away. He hasn't proven to be a quarterback that can lead a team, or win a division. I mean, the Browns were a good team collectively last year when they made the playoff run, but I don't think it was solely because of him. So I don't think he's shown enough as a number one overall pick to warrant the money that he's looking for or to be on a team that's contending. He needs to go on a team that needs to build. So I would say the Houston Texans would probably be good with just a swap, or he can go get Daniel Jones' spot in New York.
What you got, Rashard?
NFC West, you got to go to Seattle, man. Ain't nobody else going to take him. That's the only safe place where he won't even get, murdered as far as a fan base. Like the Texans are set. I'm in Houston. The Texans are set on Mills. The Texans are like, you know what?
He had a good year. They got to give him a chance.
We're going to lose Deshaun. But if you was to pull up the stats for Mills that was here in Texas, that boy had good numbers. Who was he throwing
Davis
to?
Mills had a good year.
I don't know anybody this boy throwing to. First of all, I'm a Raider fan. I don't give a damn who he throwing to. But I'm being honest. Like the callers, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, like, give this dude a chance. You never know. I'm like, y'all right. Y'all are right. Mills is here. So Baker ain't coming to Houston. Take your butt to Seattle and try to figure it out. Where else he gonna go to? Okay, he gonna go to Indy. You just had Wentz. I think Wentz is better than Baker. Where is he gonna go? You gotta be realistic with yourself. Like Baker's on the NIL right now. Where can I go and have my agent tell me where can I go? Bro, you're not going to New York to the Giants and beat nobody out. You're not going to Carolina to beat nobody out. You're not going to the Commanders to beat nobody out.
He can beat out Daniel Jones.
But that right there, you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know which one's worse.
You had the hype, but now that the hype needs to see what you really are, bro, where are you going? I'm looking at my agent. I'm like, Nap don't have a quarterback in Seattle. Which one wants me? And I'm taking whatever the first offer is. I'm not doing none of that, bro. Where is this boy going? I hate the fact that Mariota is even stuck with Vegas. Let Mariota go. Mariota ain't a bad quarterback. Mariota could go to Nap and run with what's my man? What's the running back at Nap?
Jonathan Taylor.
Running back that balled out.
Yeah, Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
You don't think Mariota from the Raiders can't go there and just throw the ball here and there? He ain't gotta sling it and just do.
He'll win 7 games.
But okay, 7. But Nap ain't produced. But Nap ain't predicted to win nothing. Baker,
no.
You went to Cleveland for a reason. All right, you was number 1, bro. You go to somewhere else, you're gonna have to lean on your agent, and you're gonna have to win the fan base over, bro. You ain't gonna get in there like, oh, I'm just like Russell. Okay, bro, I get it. You done took your little butt to Denver. AFC West. All right, bring it. Russell gonna have to bring it.
Okay.
Baker
Well, we're going to
Baker's gonna have to.
transition.
No, I'm done. No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. We're going to transition. We're going to talk about. There's one more thing I want to talk about. I want to try to end on a good note for Rashard. We give Rashard a hard time with his Kentucky Wildcats and his Raiders and his Clippers. What other trash teams you like again? I'm sorry.
Nebraska
With
Cornhuskers, baby, football.
this fool said Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Hey,
This
hey, hey,
fool
hey,
said the
hey,
Nebraska
hey, hey.
Cornhuskers. Anyways, listen, we're gonna get to this part, okay? So Jay, or Rashard, we're going to end on a good note for you. Let's talk about your Raiders. Okay, your Raiders brought in Devontae Adams.
Adams.
Yes. Now they brought in Devontae Adams. Now in this trade, I think they got a first round pick. There's supposed to be some more picks coming, and maybe another player. And then of course the Raiders got Devontae Adams. I believe his he got a 5-year deal worth $441.25 million, making him the highest paid wideout in the NFL. Now, that being said, okay, I'm trying to be serious with this. Okay, we're talking about the Raiders, and it's hard for me to be
You
serious.
got jokes.
But anyways, how do you feel about that? I mean, how does that make you feel as a Raider fan now that Derek Carr actually has an extremely good offensive weapon?
First of all, Devontae Adams and Carr played at Fresno State. For if nobody even realized that, they're teammates. They were college teammates.
Yeah.
That's why Burrow balling out in with the Bengals, because his boy is his receiver. We got Chandler Jones. First of all, Carr ain't throwing that ball like Aaron Rodgers. I don't get overexcited about stuff like this. Like I just told y'all, look at that last episode. Y'all was like, what we're going to do with Kentucky? I said, nothing. Bruh, we don't host the Lombardi. This is just a good team. I'll get on. What PS we on now, y'all? 5, 4? What we at?
5.
PS4? 5? I'm
Yes.
being really serious right now. Nothing. This doesn't even move the needle for me. Like, Carr, just because y'all was college classmates, bro, that don't mean we got Waller, we got Renfro, we got Jones. Can't his butt, boy. He's running back. These people from Alabama, when they get to the NFL, they just become straight suspects. And I'm gonna leave that alone. That's gonna be a topic. We're gonna talk about Amari Cooper. We're gonna talk about all these little suspect cats that go to the NFL from Alabama, bro. Unless he produces Devontae Adams, you went back close west. You from Cali, so you went to Vegas. You got the money. Go get it. Go get the paper. Your quarterback is familiar with you. Which that's a lot. That means a lot to me. Like you got chemistry. You're a guard and you're a forward in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That means something. But how many catches you gonna get? Waller the man on that squad, bro. You're not about to get them catches that you was getting in Green Bay. Renfro going over the middle. You're not getting those catches. So when he does throw the ball to you, you better catch it. Because he's not coming back to you the next play. He's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not, bro. I mean, the Raiders, and I do say we, when it comes to that, I don't play for the squad. They ain't never gave me a check, and I do say we. Man, we trying to do something, but AFC West, come on, man. We got Russell Wilson. We got my man from San Diego. Bruh, don't get me started. It's a hell of a division. Mahomes. Who am I forgetting? The man from San Diego, man. I know. I hate that I forgot my man's name.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert, yeah.
Herbert, bro. That and I only named 3. Bro, are you serious? That's crazy. That division there is crazy. I mean, I like it because they tried to do something, but unless you beat Kansas City, San Diego's better. Like to me, the Raiders are the last squad in there. I think Denver might be better than the Raiders.
All right, Jay, real quick, going over to you.
Yeah, I'll be quick, man. I disagree with him. I think this was great for the Raiders. Um, they split with the Chiefs last year. They beat the Broncos twice, and they split with the LA Chargers. And I think they got better. They re-signed Max Crosby. They got Chandler Jones. They made the playoffs when they needed to. And I think with Devontae Adams coming there, think about it like this. Devontae Adams, to me, and I'm a Bears fan, he's the best receiver in football. So I'm glad y'all got him out of our division. Thank you. We ain't got to see him twice a year. But think about it this way. When he was in Green Bay, he was the only receiver there. So he was getting double and triple teamed over the top every time. Everybody knew the ball was going to him, and he still caught almost 100 passes a year. Now you put him in an offense with a quarterback that knows him, and you got Darren Waller, and you got Hunter Renfrow, and you got Josh Jacobs in the backfield. You can't double team him no more. This is finna be like Deshaun Hopkins, Nuke Hopkins going to Arizona. When he was in Houston, he was still the man, and he was the only wide receiver there. As soon as he got to Arizona, it opened up their offense. And I think what it's going to do for Derek Carr, I think what the Raiders did is they made a commitment to Derek Carr, and they said this, listen, we think you're a top 10 quarterback. We're not going to pay you top 10 money, but we're going to put weapons around you to see if you can produce. If you can't produce with these weapons, we got to let you go. If you can produce with these weapons, we'll sign you long term. I think this is a make or break year for Derek Carr. They got him his guy. They got him more defensive players and re-signed everybody. He has to either win a division or get them to an AFC championship game, or they're not going to re-sign Derek Carr. I think this is a make or break year for them, but they got all the weapons. I think they got the chance to ball out this year if they don't have injuries. I think every team in the AFC West got better except for the Chiefs because everybody is trying to win that division because of Mahomes. And I'm excited to see what the AFC West will look like. And I think the Raiders are going to look good if they can stay healthy.
Very,
okay.
very,
well, I'm going to say
I
this.
agree with 100%. Everything you said.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, and we're going to wrap the show up. I agree with Jay. I think that was a tremendous move. And I honestly think maybe in the back of the Raiders' minds, they were looking at what Cincinnati had success with Burrow and Chase. You know, college teammates, they know each other well. You know what I'm saying? They play with each other. So they probably already have some type of connection. Now, they haven't played together in a while. So the question is, are they going to be able to build that chemistry back up? Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, so the question is, are they still going to be able to have that same type of chemistry? I think they'll be fine. I think they definitely got better. And I definitely agree to Jay's point. I think that's going to open their offense wide open. And they were already pretty. I thought they were pretty. They surprised me this past season. So I'm looking forward to see what it is. Okay, guys, look. I know it's that time. I know we probably sit on here all night, all day talking sports. I love it. I love doing this show with you guys. And definitely a special shout out to our producer Anthony Simpson for all the wonderful work he does with the show. For the viewers out there, you can catch our podcast on our YouTube channel at Timothy-Richard Jamal. You can catch our audio podcast on Anchor. You can go to anchor.fm/Hey Coach T. We're on Spotify. Mainly we're on Spotify, but you can also catch us on the Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, and there's another one. I can't remember. But anyways, you can catch us on multiple platforms. Guys, once again, great show. Enjoyed you guys. And for everybody else out there, thank you for joining us. Always remember to be good to each other. But before you can be good to each other, make sure you're good to yourselves. Thank you for joining us for Hey Coach with Coach Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mundane.
Peace.